Hello, and welcome back to what may or may not be a two-part episode or a just super huge episode of news review. So, there is a new seal, Olden Trio, as I said in the last news review, but this time the jackpot info has been revealed. Okay, let's go. Alright, I don't know if this is purely cosmetic or if there's new story. If there's new story, that's fantastic. Here we go. The 3 jackpots. So this is the 1%, Tangbi is 1%, and there's the diamond seal. Okay, first off, leader skill. Dragons, gods, and beasts. So there's like attack and there's recovery, which dragons need, and this is just stuff about more basically attack multipliers. And there's HP recovery, wisdom moving time, and dragon points. Okay, dragon points require a bit of explanation here. So when you have 100, you can read this, but I'll just like try and give you a TLDR. When dragon points reach 100, that means you receive no damage, and that's the maximum damage reduction. When you get hit, you reduce dragon points by 30, I believe. And when your dragon points reach 0, then you get a ×5 attack boost additionally. How do you get dragon points is when you recover HP, which is why he has that recovery plus 300. And then he can also recover by dissolving dragon moonstones here. But this turns into like a bit of a problem, because when you have too many dragon points, then you don't get that additional attack boost, and the dragon points just don't contribute to your multiplier at all. So it's kind of bad, because when you need burst damage, you tend to dissolve like everything, and if you have the correct stat boosters in your team, then they either convert some moonstones into dragon moonstones, which can lead to you recovering, or you can also just dissolve heart moonstones, which, you know, because of the increased recovery, just increase your dragon points. So if you're trying to do a big burst, you end up losing your multiplier, in a sense. So let's just move on to the active skill before I comment on the card as a whole. So CD6, ignore sticky moonstones, ×2 attack boost. This is part 3, and all of this stays within the wave, which is good for maybe sustained burst, but this is only good for like maybe if he's a leader. I'm talking about if this is basically only good in the version, because there won't be any ignore damage reduction enemies, because they're trying to make him just seem good. But you can't like go head to head against an enemy that has ignore damage reduction unless, you know, your HP is really, really high. And yes, he's a dragon, but I don't really see any HP boosts in his leader skill. Yeah, there are no HP boosts, there's only recovery boosts, and damage reduction is not going to help you in a lot of situations. Restore all weather to its normal state, which is good. Turn all into enchanted runestones, which is good. And this we can just ignore because it's -1, very minor. Okay, so this card, I don't think that is necessary to pull for him, because first off, he's a 1%, which means he has to be worth 175 diamonds. So is he good as a leader? No. The damage is absolutely like horrendous. I'll try and show the video later that TOS has provided, but the damage is really bad. As a member, it is not necessary at all, because well, sticky moonstones, right? You want to ignore sticky moonstones, you would normally need a time tunnel. The only dragon time tunnel is this guy, Javier. So he's also a water dragon, and I frankly don't think you need this card. Is it good to have this card? Yes. Is it worth 179 diamonds? No, because It's just not very, like, it is unique, granted, but not necessary at all. So, as I say, there are no bad cards in TOS. There are only cards that are not worth the diamonds that you pay for. So, moving on. The 10% jackpots. First off, Fire God Leader skill. When the team only includes only gods and humans, and there are 4 gods, so basically don't include humans, please. Attack multiplier, HP times 1.2. This is pretty important because it increases the HP. Resistance extend, movement time extend, and just an extra attack boost. So team skill, craft apparatus will be fully charged. So this is very unique. Not anything we've seen in any leader before. If you have a really good craft apparatus that you made yourself, maybe this will be very useful. Refresh all runes into runes of random types at the beginning of each round. Yep, that's just a positioning error, and everything is everything. So this second point might be a problem, because I'll show you in the video later. For example, like if you have you make enchanted moves of a certain attribute, and it just converts it into another attribute when you need that specific attribute to solve, to break a shield next turn. And onto the active, 5 damage to overpower water enemies, similar in the way that Rakshasa does it. And by dissolving radiation stones, the monster launches an extra fire attack and an extra earth attack. Upon deactivation, yes, this full word explode, which is good. So this is probably the most important part. Who else can launch earth attacks? Well, let's see. That's right, literally no one. No fire attribute monster can make you launch earth attacks. So this is pretty unique in that regard, but by dissolving radiation stones. So there currently is no good fire leader that generates radiation stones, and the point that I'll get into later is maybe the new black card is a fire god that can generate radiation stones, which would make this card just slot it in there, stat booster and full board exploder, because this skill can be deactivated anytime, so that's very nice. This card I think you should get because it is worth just pulling right up, and yeah, this card is at a similar point. The leader skill is just subpar. You can look at it if you want. It's not better than any of the existing beast leaders. Do that too. It's mainly good as a member. CD5 Dark Beast. Convert dark into dark enchanted beast stones. Attack boost, and ignores enemy's defense and puzzle shield. So once again, let's look at puzzle shield. Is an entirely new effect, I know that much. But for beasts, who can ignore defense? Who can ignore defense? You. Alright, so this card is essentially a copy because it is Dark Beast, CD6, and can ignore defense, self attack times 6. But if you want that card for the puzzle shield break, you should get it. But I think this is, who is this? This is Gong Gong, if I'm not mistaken. But this is much better because just depending on the situation, if the enemy has high attack and high defense, which they usually do, then you get a much more powerful, should I say, attack boost on himself. But should you get this card? Probably. And okay, that brings me to whether you should pull on the seal of Olden Trio. Actually, wait, there's a small prize that was revealed. Yes, this is what I like to call Chinese Reddit again. Where is it? Here we go. So this is the water small prize, water dragon small prize, CD7. You need to be above 50% HP to activate this active. Turns 3 columns of dragon members into Dragon Moonstones. Recovery becomes 0, Dragon's attack times 2, and until your HP drops below 50%. So it's kind of like the Ace Seal boss. So is this good? Yeah, because if you put him in, it's meant to be put in Tang B, but we're obviously not going to do that because Tang B sucks. You put him in Qinggui and you can recover HP like crazy because Qinggui basically operates on the same principle of recovering HP, and he's just better. So the other card that I would contest putting in Qinggui is Wall, because Wall also recovers HP without you having to activate any active skills except his own. So this is good if you know enemies are not going to attack you, because you don't want your HP to drop below half. This CD is relatively long, while a CD 5, and basically can't reactivate himself after 5 rounds, so that's better. But also Wall is a dark dragon. I don't know, depending on the situation, you might want to bring a water member instead. It's just nice to have that alternative. So let's just final comment on whether you should pull on the Seal Olden trio. I recommend on Raid Up you pull until you get this Fire God card, Enlil. And if you get Veronica, great. If you don't get Veronica, whatever. You don't need to get Tangbi. I'm just gonna wait for Raid Up, pull for Enlil, and save my diamonds for the new black card. So yeah. Oh, by the way, this is the skill level up material for Olden Trio. Alright, I'm gonna split this into 2 parts. I'm gonna just end this video here. Okay, see ya, subscribe, comment, like, whatever. Go check out other stuff on my channel. Yeah. Okay, bye.